Void Mage Gamer is now partnered with Flipside Gaming, so you can use the promo code on their website, all caps, Void Mage, to get 10% off all orders $10 or more. It's a great way that you can support both Flipside Gaming and Void Mage Gamer's channel. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Commander Top 10 video. This time we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about monetary value. We're going to go over the top 10 most expensive Commander options in the format, Commanders being legendary creatures that are legal, as well as the Planeswalkers that are playable as Commanders. And for a bit of criteria, if a card has been reprinted, we're going to go over the card's reprinted value, just the overall accessibility of the card, not a specific version of that card. And we also just want to go over some Commanders that see play in the format. So if a Commander has at least 100 decks built on edhrec.com, it will qualify for this list, because there's just a ton of reserve list legendary creatures that are really only expensive because they're on the reserved list, not because they see a ton of play. Real quick for honorable mentions, believe it or not, there aren't too many expensive Commanders, but we do have some that are expensive because they haven't really seen a lot of reprints. Send Triplets, Karthus, Tyrant of Jund kind of fall into this category. They're close to around $25, and we're going to use market price on TCG Player. The number 10 spot on the list is also $25, but I feel like for these two, the fact that they've been around a lot longer, you have a wider variety of condition options, so you can get moderately played for under $20 for both of these Commanders, and I think they're pretty popular Commander options within their respective colors. So number 10 is Silvana, Heart of the Wilds. Again, close to that 25 range, but she's still relatively new, coming out in Conspiracy 2 in 2016, so you're not going to see moderately played as often. You're more likely to see her closer to her market price of around 25, so she does beat out Send Triplets and Karthus. And then number 9, we have Reese the Redeemed, another Commander option that hasn't been reprinted that often, and stating the obvious, this is going to be a time-sensitive video, so if you're watching this 2 years from now, and you're wondering why you're seeing certain cards, that's why. Things get reprinted, master sets happen, reprint sets happen. It's the same exact reason why Gaddock Teague isn't on this list, where maybe 3 or 4 months ago he probably would be. But Reese is very popular for token strategies, and in Celestia you have a lot of tokens, a lot of synergies to go with that already. So having a Commander that can give you even more tokens, combined with the fact that he's super cheap and doesn't really cost you that much more to replay him if you have to pay the Commander tax. So Risk the Redeemed, around $28, so just a little bit more expensive than Silvana, and overall just a very popular token Commander. Number 8, we have Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, coming in at $30, or around $30. This one is a little bit harder to gauge, but I feel safe in saying it's a solid 30. Very popular card, and usually the Eldrazi are, but these Eldrazi, the ones with the insane cast triggers, the ones with Annihilator, they tend to be preferred options for Commanders, just because even if they happen to be countered, you still get something amazing like being able to draw 4 cards. With Kozilek, you have that in addition to the Annihilator, and I do believe that is why he's a little bit more expensive than the Ulamog from the same set. Just a better cast trigger, drawing 4 cards versus destroying a permanent. Number 7, we have Sliver Legion. Yet again, another card from a kind of old set that didn't really get reprinted at all. All this really is just one gigantic sliver anthem. All of your slivers are going to get +1/+1 for each sliver in play, and you have a lot of ways of getting sliver creatures out there. You have sliver tokens. You're just going to hear a lot of moaning whenever you see anything like this out there, and currently Sliver Legion is around $45 from Future Sight. So if we were ever to get reprints, here's some more ideas for you Wizards of the Coast. And number 6, we have Shihao-Dun. I believe that's how you pronounce it, from Portal 3 Kingdoms. The cheapest available option for you as far as Shihao-Dun goes is around $60, and that is for the Judge promo, because believe it or not, Judge promo cards from Portal 3 Kingdoms cards are actually much cheaper. A prime example of this would be Imperial Seal being much more expensive in its original version, but Shihao-Dun is another really awesome Commander option. Maybe not the best in mono black, but you do have something that's kind of unique, being able to take any black card from your graveyard, put it back into your hand, and combined with Horsemanship, making him a pretty powerful Voltron option, because let's face it, you're not going to be able to stop Horsemanship, you're not going to be able to block it unless you have any of your creatures with Horsemanship. It's basically like an outdated flying that they never brought back. And number 5, we have Sliver Queen, just barely edging out Shihao-Dun at around $62 from Stronghold. This is reserved list, and the advantage with Sliver Queen is that you have a token producer for just 2 mana. You can make a Sliver token, and like I mentioned before, before with slivers being just a pain in the ass that they are, you have things like Sliver Legion that just reward you for having a massive amount of slivers. Having a token producer on a commander is just amazing. And with 5 colors, you have access to as many slivers as you could possibly want to play. This just makes Sliver Queen a very viable commander option. You can easily overwhelm your opponents. Number 4 is Aiden Oakenshield. Again, I can't really pronounce names I've never seen before, so I'm just going to try my best. You don't really have anything super powerful here, and I think this is one of the exceptions where you got closer to the 100 deck list criteria for my list here. Not too many decks built around him, but it is kind of strong when you can just pay that 3 mana on the activated ability to bring a creature card back from your graveyard to your hand. If we're going all the way back to Legends, you're going to start seeing more reserve list cards, and Aiden Oakenshield is around $80. You're going to see more variation though in prices from older cards like these because you have heavily played conditions and moderately played conditions lowering the prices of these cards significantly. So I wouldn't be surprised if you could get them for closer to $50 for something like a moderately played version. But if you know any old school Magic players, when they see commander decks built around these, it can definitely get them interested in the game. And then we have Rasputin Dreamweaver. Here's another good one from Legends. You're going to start to see some patterns here. Again, kind of just barely makes it onto this list with 100 decks built, but you do have an interesting commander in blue-white that you don't really see anything else like this. Dealing with counters, being able to prevent damage, or being able to add mana. Maybe not the most interesting or most compelling commander option to build around in these colors, but you still have something that does stand out. It is incredibly expensive, and you're probably not going to be as inclined to build a deck around something like this. Being as expensive as it is, it doesn't do anything super powerful. But again, it is super expensive and enough people felt like it was worth building around. And Rasputin Dreamweaver does kind of make it onto the higher end here of commander options. You're going to get him for around $100. And this is going to be closer to the moderately played end, as a lot of these older cards are going to have moderately played options for you to purchase. But yeah, closer to near mint options, you're going to see up around 150, maybe even 200. We are talking about reserve list cards. And then we have number 2, which is Hezazan Tamar. Really no other card that creates Sand Warriors, and especially Sand Warriors that are 3 different colors. You have a Naya commander option that makes Naya creature tokens. If you love warrior creature types, this is a commander for you. You can get them for around $100, but again, condition really matters when you're looking at prices for these older cards from Legends. I do find that when you're playing commander, more people lean towards Hezazan Tamar for those old school commander decks, just because he does do something that is way more relevant than Aiden Oakenshield or Rasputin Dreamweaver. Creature tokens are quite viable, which is why if you're going to see commander decks built around older commanders, he is definitely going to have a ton of them. And then we have the number 1 most expensive commander option, Angus Mackenzie. This guy is a fog on an activated ability. Suffice it to say, if you hate fogs in commander, you're probably going to hate Angus Mackenzie. He's in the colors so that you can play literally all the other fogs. And if you're not familiar yet with what a Dirtle deck is, it's basically just let everyone else attack each other first and just grind your way to the end of the game by doing nothing else but just fogging. Angus Mackenzie can be also a pretty cool and tame control-based commander. You're in pretty decent colors for that, and the pressure isn't really going to be on you as much when you can just fog away your opponent's damage. They're going to have to find ways of dealing with Angus Mackenzie. They're going to have to find ways of dealing with you outside of combat damage. The artwork, everything about this card is just amazing, and I definitely see why people want to make Angus Mackenzie decks. This guy is at least $150, and that is usually on the lower end. If you can get really nice near mint versions of Angus Mackenzie, those are going to cost you closer to $250. Just an insanely expensive commander card. But again, unlike Aiden Oakenshield and Rasputin Dreamweaver, this guy actually does see a ton of play. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this top 10 most expensive commanders list. Let me know what you think about these. Love to hear your guys' input. You guys have a wonderful day. Void here signing off. See you all next video.